In the world of sales, the best deals are often won before the buyer ever utters a word about pricing or implementation. Top-performing salespeople know that waiting for explicit buying questions means you're already late to the game. Buyers communicate intent long before they speak, often through subtle behaviors, microreactions, and shifts in engagement. These silent signals are the real indicators of interest, and learning to read them can set elite sellers apart from the rest. In this video, we'll explore the most powerful buying signals buyers reveal, often without realizing it, and how you can interpret them to win deals earlier and more consistently. Let's start with the most obvious silent signals, behavioral and engagement cues. Buyers who are moving closer to a decision often show subtle but consistent changes. They might ask more detailed questions, repeat key benefits back to you, or even compare your offering to competitors. You might notice them taking notes, sharing your points with others, or showing curiosity about implementation and timelines. On the engagement side, pay attention to faster than usual email replies, increased activity on LinkedIn, or reviewing shared documents multiple times. When buyers spend more time in meetings than scheduled or invite additional stakeholders, it's a clear sign they're shifting from interest to serious consideration. These behaviors reveal a buyer's journey from exploring options to actively evaluating your solution. Beyond behavior and engagement, emotion plays a huge role in buying decisions. Buyers may express relief when you understand their problem, use emotional words like worried or stressed, or even physically lean in during conversations. These emotional cues signal urgency and buying momentum, but don't overlook silence, one of the strongest buying signals. While silence can make inexperienced sellers nervous, it often means the buyer is thinking seriously, calculating value or risk, or aligning internal priorities. If the silence is reflective rather than avoidant, it's a sign of genuine interest, not rejection. Elite sellers know how to lean into these moments, using them to build trust and move the conversation forward. Sometimes, the strongest buying signals don't come from the buyer directly, but from their organization or digital behavior. Watch for organizational changes like new leadership hires, budget reallocations, or technology stack updates. These often signal investment, urgency, or new initiatives. In today's digital world, buyers leave footprints everywhere, visiting your website's pricing page, downloading white papers, or registering for webinars. These actions can happen days or weeks before a buyer ever reaches out. Salespeople who notice and act on these digital signals early consistently outperform those who wait for direct contact. Internal company politics and shifting priorities also offer valuable buying signals. When unexpected stakeholders join meetings, decision-makers change their tone, or resistance suddenly disappears, it's time to pay attention. Priority-based signal, like questions about timelines, implementation resources, or executive summaries, show your solution is rising to the top of their list. Perhaps the strongest signal of all is ownership language. When buyers start saying, "We would use this too," or "Our team would need," they've already begun to see your solution as their own. At this point, the decision is forming internally, even if it hasn't been spoken out loud. The strongest buying signals are the ones buyers don't say out loud. They appear in behaviors, emotions, engagement, organizational shifts, and even objections. Great sellers don't wait for buyers to speak. They listen before the words begin. By mastering the art of reading silent signals, you gain a massive competitive advantage. You can act before your competitors, guide conversations more effectively, and build deeper trust with your buyers. Remember, the deal is often decided long before the buyer ever asks for pricing. Start listening for what's not being said, and you'll consistently find yourself ahead of the game.